Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Cik, cik. Aman. Kali lagi. Lanjutin. Rasa penasaran. Halo Akhtar. Selamat sore Akhtar. Bagaimana kabarmu? Mengobatin rasa penasaran dulu nih Akhtar. Sah bener menyelesaikan misinya. Inilah nasib kalau skill kita bawah rata-rata ya kan. Malam insya Allah nanti kita lihat kondisi Akhtar. Soalnya aku belum bisa pastiin kadang-kadang malam nggak bisa live. Kalau bisa aku pasti insya Allah live. Kemarin tuh live tapi nggak bisa baca komen. Ntar nggak main game ini kah? Oh nggak suka main game bola kamu ya Tar? Gacha dulu gacha. Kayak cara sisi lagi mana tahu berhasil. Lah mudah bisa lah. Biasanya suka buy one sama siapa? Oh jarang, aku jarang buy one. Main co-op. Kalau mau sama yang nonton misalnya. Ini aku main sama second PC. Kalau buy one main rank di PC. Aduh, co-op. Second PC. Oh semalam sama Syuru, bukan buy one itu, main co-op. Seru main co-op. Aktar kalau ada PC atau konsol download game ini di HP ada juga, cuman di HP nggak bisa kita mabar. Ini salah satu game bola yang memungkinkan playernya jadi atlet e-sport. Kucing tuh orang. Buat yang mau jadi atlet e-sport ya. Inilah. Apa di belakang? kejuaraan seperti PON yang ditandingkan game bolanya eFOOTBALL. Banyak cabang olahraga eFOOTBALL, cabang-cabang olahraga e-sport tuh ada Mobile Legends, salah satunya kalau di bola eFOOTBALL ini. Juara dunianya pun eFOOTBALL ini adalah orang Indonesia. Mungkin bentar lagi kita bakal sering live nobar turnamen eFOOTBALL dunia. Game bola aku mainin eFOOTBALL, FC dulu, FC Mobile aku mainin juga dulu. Tapi dulu, sekarang mataku udah nggak sanggup lagi karena faktor usia. Makanya Akhtar juga kurang-kurangin main game di HP. Main FC Mobile dulu, FIFA, main UVL. Sekarang inilah eFOOTBALL sama FC lah. FC tapi jarang aku mainin.
So it is that time
Lebih
again.
seru aku
Every
rasa main
team
ini.
looks to
Kalau
write
aku ya.
its own special script. Moments like
Waduh,
this are to be savoured.
Akhtar.
Hopes are high. A good start.
Udah punya
That is what
anak
they all
tuh.
want.
Punya anak 3.
And we have in front of us this gloriously imposing arena. Oh, what a climb! Spectacular save. These early exchanges have been frenetic. Looks like we have a proper game on our hands, Peter.
Main santai, main santai, main santai.
Well, when you say Brazilian fullback, there's only one man, isn't there? A couple, Jim.
Mbappe, lo
Guess
tau
you
main
remember
Mbappe nih.
Carlos. I do, and probably the first of the current crop of fullbacks who played as a withdrawn winger.
He's had some wow moments along the way.
He excels.
Yildiz going full steam ahead down the left flank. Big chance, corner.
Udah mau 40 tahun Akhtar.
Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
They've played it short. Picked out brilliantly.
Aduh, dokter.
And now they can spring out of defence. Hakimi. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. Oh, changes him with that pass. Roberto Carlos. Anything noteworthy in the early part of the match, Jim?
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes. So we're seeing some conservatism here.
Corner number 2.
Akhtar usia berapa Akhtar?
Milinkovic-Savic plays it short.
Oh, lovely feed. He is such a good mover.
Robertson.
Aduh, Robinson.
Torres absolutely focused then on the defensive side of his game.
He's dealt with that very well, Peter. It's a real show of discipline.
He rises!
Nah, ini penjahatnya nih.
Smashing
Lontong
delivery,
nih.
just didn't do enough with it. Yeah, that was really sharp. That kind of delivery can play havoc with defenses.
Iya, masih muda berapa Akhtar? Masih muda. Sekolah kelas berapa Akhtar?
Hakimi. No goals as yet. Robertson.
Game
Yildiz.
bola ini bagus untuk otak ini
Robertson.
dan pengendalian emosi.
And it's Son Heung-min.
Oh, played right into his path. What a cracking save from the
Kelas
keeper.
5.
That may turn out to be a pivotal moment.
Naik kelas 5 berarti ya? Kan sering-sering main HP. Nanti dijemput sama Kang Dedi.
The shot! And the keeper has reacted superbly there. Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Kan ada videonya tuh kan.
So, third
Ayo,
quarter of the game.
siapa yang suka main HP nggak bisa dibilangin sama mama
And it's been taken
papanya.
short.
Nanti Kang Deddy datang.
And he can clear it away. That's a throw.
Bawa ke barak tentara.
And that's been intercepted. That was well played. Well stopped. Roberto Carlos. And that could set him on his way.
Bawa barak pula lagi Tar ya. Hati-hati Tar. Nanti
It is so good. Such sharp
anak-anak bandel di sana
such a
bakal
delicious
dijadiin
finish.
anak-anak baik ya.
Yeah, he
Tapi
gets top
prosesnya
marks for
mesti
that
masuk
finish.
ke
I
barak
honestly
militer
thought
dulu
his
ya.
odds weren't that good.
Sekali nih AI-nya.
So we have our breakthrough. Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's always the #1 contender, and he's done it again. Chooses to go back. It's loose now, and they want to get it back. Baggio with the clearance. It's a loose ball.
Tawuran bagus lah. Ngapain tawuran? Kalau mau suka berantem, mending jadi atlet MMA. Ya kan? Kalau mau suka berantem, jadi atlet MMA aja.
Milinkovic Savic.
Kalau body, ini OVR pemainnya pun kalah jauh kita nih.
Well, the
Tapi ini
defence
adalah
proved
tantangan.
infallible then.
Tantangan.
But that won't be the last they'll see of him. And here's Mbappe. Okay, being behind at the break isn't ideal, but there's plenty of time to reply. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. Yildiz. Milinkovic Savic. Oh, that's a key interception. And here's Cristiano Ronaldo. And he's gone backward here. In with the challenge. Yildiz cuts a frustrated figure right now. He just cannot get away. They're just trying to negate his influence, and it looks like whatever it takes.
Jadi atlet pemain bola bang bagus lah. Kalau misalnya mampu dan bisa serius.
Roberto Carlos proving dependable as ever. Another terrific day at the office for him. Well, not only can a player of such high caliber show the imagination to set up a goal, but he can also produce when the pressure's on to deliver a big moment. This guy was born to create. Well, they've got it back in a hurry. Adriano.
Sekali kalau bisa terjadi.
And he's blown his whistle for half-time. So the end of the first half, both teams have had their moments. There's been no shortage of talking points, but there has been just one goal, and that is the state of it at the break. 1-0. Well, let's not be about the bush.
Makasih Akhtar ya.
It's been fairly
Yang
flat.
benar jaga adiknya.
Little to cheer about. So
Sayang
an awful lot
adiknya.
of questions have got to be asked, and the
Salam
answers
sama
need to be
adiknya ya.
found in a hurry.
Jangan bandel adiknya ya.
And we are back
Jangan
on the
main HP
way.
aja. Nanti dijemput sama Om
Well, I
Johan.
think starting this half in a strong manner is essential, Peter, if you're chasing the game, which they are. You know, go with intent and purpose. Let your opponents know you're not just going to quietly bow down. Chance! Good reaction. Cristiano Ronaldo
Jaya.
is offering a right
Waalaikumsalam
smile.
warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Rizky, Jaya.
So their fourth quarter of the
Wanya,
game.
Adriano-nya lontong. Kali.
Milinkovic Savic goes short.
Aduh.
And now a sudden chance to counter. And he's managed to get free. And here's Torres. He's chosen to go back. They're really getting no time to think on the ball here. Caught offside that time.
Halo Bang Bul. Malam aku live Bang Bul nggak bisa baca komen Bang Bul. Susah. Mate untuk baca komennya. Nggak kuat HP ku Bang main football. Ini aku nggak main dari HP. Aku dari
Roberto
HP pun nggak bisa main sekarang.
Spread it
Mata nggak
left.
tahan.
Now it's Roberto Carlos. That's a promising run he's making on the right.
Beli PC, Ki. Nggak usah beli HP baru. Atau beli konsol, Ki. Biar lebih enak mainnya.
By one. Now it's Roberto Carlos. Can he get it
Lontong rapi
through?
lagi.
Adriano.
Oh, gila nih. Nggak ini bang, nggak
Yildiz.
nggak bisa baca komen
Milinkovic,
malah. Aku
Savic.
baca live chat
Robertson.
setelah berakhir live.
And it's Son Heung-min.
The attendance for this match was
Ih, luar
71,000.
biasa kali ya.
And they've got a throw.
Amin. Dicita-citain dulu Ki. Aku mau beli konsol lah, atau mau beli PC.
Well, the time has arrived to start
Jangan langsung
taking
up,
risks.
beli
They may well be
HP.
happy just to level this.
He's not going to get any further than that. Oh, no question, that's a foul. Beckham. Oh, that's fabulous.
Hmm.
Keeper's ball.
Gila keras sekali botnya nih Bang Pul. Masuk di logika.
Yildiz. And it's Son Heung-min.
It's about risk-taking and boldness now. Are we going to see any activity from the bench?
And here's Son Heung-min. Yildiz. And Milinkovic Savic. Genuine physical edge about this game. It is quite attritional. And he's there to clear it.
That's what has to be done now. No question about it.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
Oh, that's well spotted. Messi. Big chance to get at them. Milinkovic Savic.
Oke Bang.
Adriano. Just
Makan pakai
up
apa,
to
Bang?
75 minutes. He has found the way through. And he's there to belt it away. He's only too happy to take that back.
Dulu Bang, biar sehat nggak penyakit. Itu yang paling penting. Punya PC, punya konsol, kalau penyakitan sama aja.
Kimi.
Fisik itu yang penting tuh. Sehat dulu. Punya duit banyak, kalau sakit-sakitan pun apalah artinya.
Milinkovic Savic.
Punya istri cantik juga, kalau sakit-sakitan apalah artinya. Biarpun dunia berada di tangan kita, tapi kalau kita sakit-sakitan, apa artinya? Kita tidak bisa menikmatinya. Wahai anak muda,
Milinkovic
jagalah
Savic.
kondisi badan.
Hakimi. Reds one in. Messi. That is lovely.
Lontong si botak ini.
Action was most necessary.
Ih,
And the lead stays in
Ibe.
just.
Mbappe was already celebrating in his head and probably still can't process how the keeper denied him. What a stop. Footballing width usually identifies with running room, and we've just seen a prime example.
Hakimi. With speed from back to front.
Ah, gila.
And it's Roberto
Salah.
Carlos. He's found the way through.
He was too tightly marked when that came his way. Not really much he could do.
100 kuat, 100 kuat,
I think it's time for them to concentrate on
Wah,
closing
bisa
this
jadi
one
ini
out.
lah kau. Bisa jadi apa kau nanti? One Punch Man kau.
Substitution on the
Jangan
field.
ngeri-ngeri kali kau. Nanti kau jadi gantiin
This one
One
has been
Punch
on the
Man.
cards for a little while.
Well, for me, this was the obvious substitution. He'd become just a little jaded, and as a result of that, he was most likely to make a mistake. I think sometimes when the body becomes tired, the brain goes with it, and I think that's happened in this case.
Yildiz cuts out the pass. So just one extra minute for stoppages.
Lontong lah.
Roberto
Udah
Carlos.
sanggup.
And that will be
Usah keras-keras sekali latihannya Ki.
So
Nanti
that
kau
is it.
ganti One Punch
The
Man.
end of the road.
Otak kau habis itu ya
Summarize what
kan.
we've seen today, then,
Jadi
Jim.
manusia terkuat
Well,
di
what can I
bumi.
say, Peter? It
Namanya
seemed
pun
like
ganti,
the
bukan
enormity
Wan
of the
Wijaya
task
lagi.
got the better of the
Hijaya,
players,
si
and
botak
they never
terkuat di
really got
bumi.
going. I know
Ada, mang buru kadal-dal-dal. Terima kasih Rizky. Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Terima kasih dari Rizky Jaya Jaya Jaya. Dari Kalimantan kalau si Rizky ya. Semoga kita semua jaya 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 selalu. Rizky ini macam dari Kodam Mula Warman. Kodam Mula Warman itu kan Kalimantan. Rizky Jaya, mirip nama rumah makan Padang juga ada kalau di Medan. Atau nama toko barang-barang elektronik.
Well, the premise of the tournament is simple. Every team, of course, is striving to make the latter stages. That's where they all want to be. No doubt, these two harbour very similar ambitions. A good show here, absolutely crucial. And nobody in this atmosphere can hide from the truth about how much this game matters. The scene overflows with colour and passion. And already we're underway here.
It's always a pleasure to see Paolo Maldini take to the pitch.
So would say anyone who understands the defender's art.
Well, bias comes easy for me when we talk about one of the greatest pros. He exudes calm, elegance, intelligence, an Italian giant.
And here's Mbappe. And it's Messi. And here's Cristiano Ronaldo. Trying to get it away. Showing good feet. Let's a look and place it forward. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Oh, that's fabulous. It's looking wide. Terrific header. He's done well to get his head on that, but couldn't score.
Well, being able to generate that amount of activity in the box means it's hard not to pick someone out.
Robertson. I wonder what you've seen, Jim, over the early moments of the game.
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another.
Pops him off it and wins back the ball. Oh, that's neat. This is promising. Roberto Carlos. Torres. Here's Roberto Carlos. And it's Baggio. Baggio going face-to-face with his great rival. Oh, shooting chance! And that would have been some goal.
Beckham really has just learned the lesson there. Your focus cannot lapse, even slightly.
And it's been taken short. Milinkovic-Savic was in no mood for any of that. And now they can spring out of defence. Mbappe. It's not yet able to force a breakthrough here. And it's Baggio. Baggio will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Chance! Milinkovic-Savic. Yildiz. Robertson. Son Heung-min. The fullback is in acres of space here. That has earned a reprieve for the time being. Gerard gets this one clear. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Milinkovic-Savic. And it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Always onto this. Averted for now. Head over towards the opposite flank. 15 minutes till half time. And here's Son Heung-min. Climbs up big. He's taking no chances there. Struck first time. And he was there to get a vital touch.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it. Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
Milinkovic-Savic plays it short. Hakimi. And here's Mbappe. Messi. And that has earned a few nods of approval from the bench. Corner number 2 then. Milinkovic-Savic goes short. That has been knocked clear. Decent hit! And he's really put himself on the line here. Corner number 3 coming up. Milinkovic-Savic with the short one. He's got two. Denied by an instinctive save.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Tries to get it clear.
Footballing width usually identifies with running room, and we've just seen a prime example.
Hakimi. Milinkovic-Savic.
Mbappe.
He's a sharp little ball here. It's a decent clearance. Roberto Carlos going full steam ahead down the left flank. He came in hard, very hard. Roberto Baggio. Laid out to the left flank. Decent progress down the left. Played it early.
How that cross missed everyone is an absolute mystery to me. It warranted a finishing touch.
Son Heung-min. It's a good run down the left-hand side. Now it's Mbappe. A well cut out. No margin for error there at all. And there's the end of the first half. Well, perhaps not full of thrills and spills, but a game which has been of a very high level. Certainly defensively, as both teams walk off unscathed. A tight affair, 0-0 at the break. The midway point of the game.
What an end to the half, Peter. A lot of the best action of the half coming at the very end, and I get the feeling the second half may well start in similar fashion, as we'd love to see this momentum maintained. So I'm looking forward to what's to come.
No goals at this stage, but certainly not devoid of action. It is 0-0 here at half-time. And we are already promptly back underway. 0-0, and we're at the halfway point. Pirlo has been shown a yellow card for that offence, just to confirm. Adriano. Roberto Carlos. Oh, perfectly measured that. He's found a way through. It's Adriano. And he has kept it out somehow.
It's quite a show he's putting on here. This is excellent work.
He gets big. And now a sudden chance to counter. Robertson. Now it's Mbappe.
Ngantuk dan
Beckham.
sekali tadi tuh.
And it's Piqué. And it's Baggio.
Hehehe.
It's Torres. And he's on his way. Great hits.
Gor ditutup rong
It's got
tembak.
him rattled.
Ah, ditutup tembak.
They've played it short. Roberto Carlos, defending of the desperate variety. And now they can spring out of defence. Changes him with that pass. Beckham. Great ball if he can get there. And Dijk did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise.
The attendance for this match was 29,000.
He's through here. Mbappe. Sonju. And the shots. Oh, good effort. He got plenty on that.
Oh, the technical control was exquisite. The pummeled attempt was exasperating.
It is still anyone's game, 0-0. And it's Beckham. Son Heung-min going full tilt down the left. Yildiz. Mbappe. Son Heung-min.
Aduh, Mbappe
Well, the
nih.
manager must be thinking to himself whether he's got a game changer on that bench, and he needs to act quickly.
Milinkovic-Savic. Gerrard. Torres. That has not gone well. Robertson. Son Heung-min. Stood up well to him there. And it's Son Heung-min.
Yeah, we get to see this more and more. Defenders popping up in these positions.
Aresi. Gerrard. Adriano. Half an hour gone in the second half. And it's Son Heung-min. It's a sweet ball, that. And it's hoisted clear. Here's Cristiano Ronaldo.
Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
And no, he's seen through all of that. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Yeah, they showed a vulnerability until the move was stifled. That'll have stirred a little concern.
Strong running down that left flank.
Well, the crowd's impatience is an indicator that they haven't quite given up on a goal just yet. Well, both sides might have to settle for a draw here. Oh,
Big chance! How about that? Save the best!
best for last.
I was impressed with both the movement and the pass, both causing lots of problems for that defence.
Time then for the first substitution of the game.
Well, for me, this was the obvious substitution. He'd become just a little jaded, and as a result of that, he was most likely to make a mistake. I think sometimes when the body becomes tired, the brain goes with it, and I think that's happened in this case.
A 1-0 lead established.
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's always the #1 contender, and he's done it again.
Gerrard, it's come through and he's had a quick look inside.
There will be 3 minutes.
There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Mbappe. That pass has been well intercepted. Roberto Carlos. Adriano. And there goes the final whistle. So that is it, the end of the road. And after all of that, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, what can I say, Peter? It seemed like the enormity of the task.
Lanjut main ini.
Well, the premise of the tournament is simple. Every team, of course, is striving to make the latter stages. That's where they all want to be. No doubt these two harbour very similar ambitions. A good show here, absolutely crucial. Such scenes here. A sea of team cup. He's having a go! And for a moment, time stood still.
Really got in the face of his opponent to set it up. It's great grafting.
Hops him off it and wins back the ball. Son Heung-min. Mbappe. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Look, the game is full of ifs and buts. If only the pass could have completed its journey.
Beckham. Fernando Torres. Pressure stays on. It is a corner. Beckham with the short one. And now a sudden chance to counter. Well, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Oh, that was no routine save.
Well, you get a sense, Peter, that he could almost get to anything today.
They've played it short. Roberto Carlos. And now they can spring out of defence. Messi is in a really good position out wide. And he's being shifted off it. What an impressive figure Oliver Kahn cuts.
Yeah, they call him the Titan, Peter, and the reasons are fairly obvious. As personalities go...
Oh, smashing header! I think that's offside. Yes, it is. Hakimi. So we're still where we started right now. Hakimi. And it's Van Dijk. Robertson. Yildiz. Robertson. And it's Son Heung-min. Piqué gets it away. Yildiz. Spread neatly. Out of play for a throw. Son Heung-min. And he's there to clear it. Adriano.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. And he cuts out the supply. Roberto Baggio. Just coming up to the 30-minute mark. Laid back in. They've got rid. And that's been won straight back.
Oh, that was expansive and incisive. The type of move to please any coach.
Decent progress down the left. And here's Son Heung-min. Fired in. He's cleared it out of harm's way. Adriano. It's Beckham. Fernando tries a shot. It's run loose. Who's going to get there? And he can clear it away. And he's quick to snatch it back. Roberto Carlos has it in a wide position. Well, that looks like a final warning. Still no card. Gerrard chooses to go back while facing up to his adversary. Chance! Oh, that was nice, but not quite the end product required.
Beautifully worked to take the defence out of the picture, but there'll be no rush to see the replay on this.
Half-time getting close now. And here's Son Heung-min. Mbappe. And that has been cleared. Beckham. Pirlo. Passing is crisp and sharp. Yeah, that does look a foul. Referee's given a free kick. Arezi.
There will be 1 minute at a
Beckham.
time.
Lofted upfield.
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
Yildiz in acres of space out wide. And it's half-time here. Truth be told, perhaps it's not the game that many anticipated, but there is lots to be seen in it, lots to be taken from it. Plenty for the key figures to mull over, but it
Please
remains
join me
goalless.
in wishing all the best for
And
members
after
of our
45 minutes, it
fan
is
club
still
celebrating their
goalless.
wedding
A
anniversary
change
today.
perhaps after
And
half-time.
please welcome our lads to the field.
Here we go again. So neither side has yet broken through. Van Dijk. Hakimi. Van Dijk. And Hakimi. Well seen. Saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
He is through here. Shifted upfield. Stood up well to him there. Adriano. And he's... That's going to go a long way. Roberto Carlos. Roberto Baggio. Beckham has it out wide and in space. Cross deflected behind for a corner. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. Baggio will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. That is ended up in no man's land. Roberto Carlos. Oh, we're still waiting for a goal to report here. Robertson under intense pressure.
Well, they seem intent on marking him out of the game. They're certainly trying to wind him up in the process, Peter.
Messi. It's a great gallop down the right-hand side. Milinkovic-Savic. Hits one! Yes, it's it! Simplicity itself.
Well, he makes finishing look like a matter of fact. Why take extra touches?
Dan habis itu.
So 60 minutes is number 14. Judas.
So we have had the first significant moment. It is 1-0.
Yeah, although that first goal is a welcome boost, they can't afford to ease off. Up he goes!
Oh, he couldn't get the direction he needed.
Look, the defending wasn't too clever on that last chance. The cross had to be denied.
Ada yang backup, ada yang main turun.
Robertson. Jim, what are you thinking?
I think the manager's pondering his options as to whether to stick or twist Peter in view of the time remaining. He might have a tough call to make now.
Baresi.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled. That's what has to be done now, no question about it.
They're coming again and again.
They just need to sort out their end product.
There's the header! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that. It's about risk-taking and boldness now. Are we going to see any activity from the bench?
Milinkovic-Savic, who's set up one goal so far. That's really well manoeuvred. It's lofted through here. For a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Roberto Carlos.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
Oh, what a climb!
Bagus.
And that could have brought them level.
It looked like he got a bit anxious there when the pressure was on.
Substitution on the field.
So time for change. This one has been on the cards for a little while. Is coming on here as broadly expected.
Yeah, I think it's time for some brave decision-making.
And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. And the score is 1-0. Robertson.
Oh, great feat, that.
Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Beckham did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Roberto. Taken goal. Do not write them off. Back they come.
Perhaps deserves a little bit of sympathy here, because that's a goalkeeper's nightmare. It's clear that the keeper was unsighted by his defence, and by the time he picked up the flight of that, it was too late.
Number 14.
And very quickly, the substitute made his mark.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, without doubt, that's given the coach food for thought. Does he settle for extra time or try to go for a winner before then? Decision time.
Number
It's a
16.
good run down the left-hand side. Gerard, you can run onto that, and it's fantastic. It's fantastic! Just do it!
Yeah, the pass was bang
Sengaja,
on.
Le.
And he
Sengaja
just had to
dikecilin, Le.
ensure he didn't stray offside. The finish was actually bang on too.
Apa kabar, Le?
Having turned the game on its head, now can they hold out?
There's still a bit left in it, Peter, but they should find the necessary to avoid a slip-up now.
The final seconds now. Mbappe, Mateus. Well, they've got it back in a hurry,
Lihat buat ini.
and it's Van Basten. It's Cruyff. Gerrard. Milinkovic-Savic. And we're done. Defeated, dejected, deflated. The ultimate disappointment.
Dari kemarin memang YouTuber kau.
Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
Well, what can I say, Peter? It seemed like the enormity.
Ke rumah aja kau duduk-duduk cerita-cerita kita. Gak bisa kemana-mana aku nih sekarang. Oh, kalau belum monet belum sah. Ah, lihat ini botnya ah. Udah monet jadi baru sah. Lontong, lontong. Mainkan video short. Yuk, aku selalu. Video short kayak mana, Lek? Maksudnya, Lek? Info-info lah. Aku pun jarang-jarang. Sekarang ini aku live udah. Pokoknya, kalau mau main game ya aku live streaming gitu aja. Jadi, terus terang sekarang YouTube istilahnya gak aku pacu kali, Lek. Ada waktu aku kosong main game pasti aku live. Tambah sub cepat. Oh, view naikin view yang penting, Lek, biar dapat duit, Lek. Kalau udah monet kita nih, Lek, itu yang mau dicari ini. Karena kalau view di bawah 10.000, Lek, duitnya skin. Biar cepat diundang ke pagi-pagi ya, biar. Aku view paling gede itu di 24.000 apa 27.000. Itu uangnya baru terasa, Lek.
So it is that time again. Every team looks to write its own special script. Moments like this are to be savoured. Hopes are high. A good start. That is what they all want.
Wah, dibantai Inter, Lek. 4-0 lagi, Lek. Nonton
It
aku
is
itu.
boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the
Jangan
central
lagi lah,
characters
bodoh kali, bukan
who
Inter
are
Milan,
ready
macam
now
bukan
to
Inter itu.
perform.
Aduh, ini lagi jadi
And if you did just miss it, we are up. It's actually... Oh, what a wonderful...
Habis sudah, Lek. Masanya Inter.
Well, talk about a real rude awakening. It's almost as if the defense saw nothing
Mungkin
coming.
2-3
They
tahun
just
atau
didn't
5 tahun lagi baru
anticipate.
ngeliat
On
Inter
heels,
bisa
on
di
toes.
final Liga Champions.
The invitation
sudah
was
masanya.
received with such a
Kurang
clever
udah
move,
pindah.
and he had that defense in utter confusion.
Doubt very much that this was in the script.
Ini eFOOTBALL 2026, Lek, ada Juventus, Lek. Lisensi resmi.
Yildiz. Son Heung-min. Interesting ball. Now here's the delivery. Oh, well played.
Kali pek-pek teman ini.
Danger averted for now.
Pau kali. Aku udah pasrah aja begitu babak pertama udah banjir tuh.
And it's pulled back. Gerrard is there and he can get that clear.
Udah pasrah aja tuh. Nonton aku tuh.
Pirlo laid out to the left flank. Hakimi does well to get it back.
Lima tahun lagi lah mungkin.
Just
Paling
eases
cepat
him off
nengok
the
Inter
ball.
kalau mau masuk final Liga Champions
Van
lagi.
Dijk.
Habis sudah masanya.
Oh, and they're quick to press here, right on top of them. Yildiz. In the end, they found themselves penned in.
Hancur semua, Lek. Di Marco pun mainnya macam tai.
It's Messi. Well, that's beautifully weighted. And that there's the shots.
Di Marco mainnya macam tai. Jelek kali.
Yeah, and analysis of the
Kadang
goal
cantik
should
namanya,
take
macam
the
baru
back
belajar
seat
main
to
bola
the
itu.
importance of a committed reaction. This is
Wajar barang
wonderful to watch.
dibantai sama PSG lebih dari 5-0.
Not a defender in sight. He had all the
Cuman
time
gila,
in the
PSG
world.
mainnya gila kali.
Mbappe
Aduh
really
kali.
can't believe his luck.
Patut orang
He's
ini jadi
made so
juara.
much through when he should have been boxed in.
Wah jelek kali lek, macam bukan Inter yang awak kenal ya.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Tahunnya Juve yang
I
AC
think the
Milan
coach
kayaknya
will
tahun,
really be annoyed with that. The
musim
players
depan
were
ini.
still thinking about their goal and just
Musimnya
got
Juve
caught
sama
napping.
Inter Milan, Juve sama AC Milan.
Quarter of an hour played. Shoots to shoot!
They've scored! And again they hit the front.
Kejar,
Well, it would have been
Perez
harder to
jauh ini.
miss.
Yeah, it's simply tragic defending when a renowned finisher is ignored. It's how he built his reputation.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
It's so often the case with goal scorers, little influence, and all of a sudden,
Oh, what a climb! Good delivery,
Main di
but no
sana.
joy.
look, the defending wasn't too clever on that last chance.
Di Milan
The
kan
cross
ada
had to be
si
denied.
Luka Modric juga tuh, biarpun tuwe. Ini nggak tahu nih, Inter kasusnya betul diselidiki atau enggak. Kalau nggak, menemani Juve dan AC Milan dia pernah degradasi jadi ya.
Milinkovic-Savic.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Adriano. Oh, it's Torres.
Oh, he's bustling through here.
Great defending, strong and determined. A good determined running there, but one back by the defence.
Well, I think it's good he took the opportunity to run at that back line. I'm sure it won't deter him either.
Pirlo.
Dua kali ya kan.
Maldini. He's looking wide. Oh, he'd have done well to reach that. Messi. Messi going face to face with his great rival. Roberto Carlos tries to get it clear. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning. So
Ini
good for
football
him.
ini enak lah.
Beckham with the short one.
Rasa main bolanya lah.
Played for a throw.
Kalau PC ada lagi nanti baru lah. Namanya
Coming
UVL,
out.
Average CR7.
This is getting better and better. A truly wonderful strike, decorated with dip and curl.
Oh, that's a measured delight. The curl he applied was immaculate.
Well, that has changed the dynamic somewhat.
Look, this position ought to convince them to increase their lead. I think they should be really positive about this now, Peter.
And he was quick to react. Approaching half-time and still behind. Can they make something happen now? And here's Mbappe. Piqué tries to clear. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Now, what about a counter-attack? Adriano. Pass is just off target. Milinkovic-Savic. Couldn't squeeze it through. Beckham. Fernando Torres. Hakimi. And Milinkovic-Savic. Changes him with that pass. That is a great pick out.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
Hakimi. Messi. He's had it taken off him. He could be in here. Can't complain that. And there is the half-time whistle.
Everyone, please welcome our players.
And the action is back on the way.
Well, this half might require them to produce a plan A, B and C. Levelling the score is easier said than done, but that will be the target. Get back on terms and then use that momentum to go again.
Adriano. Well, they're certainly pressing with purpose here. Beckham, he has found the way through.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Maldini. He's in space and looking for options. And now they can clear their lines. Nicked it back promptly. Roberto Baggio. It's Baggio! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. Roberto Carlos. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Baggio will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Adriano. And they are pulling clear here. And that really is so impressive.
Well, from the moment he got involved, he looked as if he'd go all the way. Terrific.
And there was his third, and boy, he looks the business. Doesn't he just?
Oh, he's been unstoppable in this match. Every single time he's been in possession, he's looked a threat.
So now the difference is 3. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. And that is as far as they're going to go. Foot in. Oh, it's Son Heung-min. Cristiano Ronaldo. And that was very necessary. And reclaimed it in a trice. Adriano. Oh, this is a very good run. Van Dijk does really well to win the ball there. Oh, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. That's a throw. So time for change. And this one has been on the cards for a little while. Cruyff to come on, a change that had been mooted for a while.
Yeah, I think the manager might have feared his team could become a little tentative, conservative even, Peter. But this will make a nice change.
Beckham did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. He's got away. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Over to the other side. Well, that pass isn't the best. That's a little off target. And it's Son Heung-min.
Yeah, that works for me. The denial of movement, blunt and brusque.
Khan gets it away. Oh, Red, nice interception. And here's Mbappe. Look at the space here. Messi. Cruyff. And that is exemplary defending.
That is superb defensive work. The one man who had to be on top of his game, and he was.
And he cuts out the supply. Milinkovic-Savic. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Final checks on the touchline.
Substitution.
A change about to occur.
I think you have to admire his willingness to keep plugging away, but the manager has done him a big favour, I think, by taking him off. You know, he was looking very, very leggy.
Nicely weighted ball. That's been intercepted.
Great hits!
It is a good finish. The odds were against him. Little matter.
Such a well-worked finish. It looked like he was going to be shut down, but he thrives in situations like that.
83 minutes with number 10.
So is this the start of a comeback?
Rata-rata kita.
Carlos. Messi. Adriano. Hakimi. Into the last 5 minutes. Adriano. Out to the left it goes. And the ball is out of play. There's going to be another change here.
Well, for
Substitution in
me,
progress.
this was the obvious substitution. He'd become just a little jaded, and as a result of that, he was most likely to make a mistake. I think sometimes when the body becomes tired, the brain goes with it, and I think that's happened in this case.
Fires it in low. And he's there to belt it away.
This is the time you need that pace.
It's a promising run he's making on the right.
Kalau
Stood up well to him
There
there.
will be 3 minutes added time.
Mateus. And the number on the board is 3. Beckham providing an outlet on that. He rises! And he can clear it away. Oh, just needed a better contact.
Well, this is simple. The supply is to be admired. The defending is to be admonished.
And here's Van Basten. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Just a talking to, I think. Yes, it is.
Kok palanya Ronaldo.
Trustbuck comes to the rescue. And we're done. So that is it, the end of the road. So Jim, how do you reflect on what we've seen?
Oh, Tahun. Bisa nggak sesulit ini karena main Legend. OPR-nya dia, aduh.
Well, hello and welcome for the first time this season to everybody around the world, and we have for you a clash of two teams with very similar intentions. A statement win at the expense of the other would be the ideal scenario for both. A flying start is certainly required. And expectations are rising and decibel levels are rising. The noise is quite something. You can feel what football means to the people in this part of the world. As you can see, we've already started here. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Jim, what do you think when you see Beckham?
Where do I start? Winner, hard worker, great footballing brain, set-piece expert, magic right foot, and leader.
So what is he most of all?
Well, from the list previously mentioned, winner.
Settle for that. Oh, it's a sweet ball, that. This interception, his positioning was spot on. Yildiz is offering some sort of an apology there.
That just required a bit more oomph to reach its target.
Just eases him off the ball. And it's Son Heung-min. And here's Cristiano Ronaldo. Messi. Messi gets flagged offside.
That's positional goals, the utilisation of space.
He's dealt with that well. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Roberto Carlos. That's an excellent interception. Played out to the right. Now it's Messi. Roberto Carlos.
Well, neither defence has had a wake-up call yet, because neither attack has turned up.
It's gone for a throw-in. Chooses to go back. Engages and forces him off the ball. And it's Roberto Carlos. He's got away. And he gets rid in a hurry. And it's hoisted clear. He's got plenty of space out wide here. Deflected behind for a corner kick. Ronaldo with the clearance. And now they can spring out of defence. Looking for the runner. Oh, and he's through the middle. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Maldini. Roberto Carlos. Adriano. Now it's Torres. Yildiz. Piqué spots it and intercepts. Pirlo. Spread out to the left. It's a lovely, neat pass. Hakimi. Milinkovic-Savic. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Oh, nicely intercepted. Robertson. A corner it is then.
They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
Robertson.
He's got to go! Gerrard. Half-time rapidly approaching, and it's still goalless. And it's Baggio. That's Gerrard. Maldini. Pirlo. Oh, he's found support out wide.
Carlos really added the width there, thanks.
Oh, what a climb! Oh, he's got a piece of it. No messing about, just bludgeoned away. Maldini. And it's Pirlo. That's been cut out, well played. Messi. Cristiano Ronaldo. Milinkovic-Savic. Now Mbappe. Roberto Baggio. Pirlo. And the first half is done. As if we needed reminding, no easy games at this level, and that is proven here. Neither side any further forward from where they were 45 minutes ago, but it is far from lethargic, far from slow, highly engaging, but goalless. No goals at this stage, but certainly not devoid of action.
80 tambah 30.
It's 0-0 here
10
at
kali 3
half-time.
sampai 80 loh, makanya.
Here we go again.
Well, both sides are eager to get going. Here's hoping that it's a good sign. Things are about to change. We need a little more life in this.
Roberto Baggio. Now it's Torres. Torres has got himself a free kick. Aresi.
Look, movement creates more options, and that was really sharply done.
They've played it short. Quick look, then... Oh, smashing header! He's quick to get it clear again. And now a sudden chance to counter. Beckham plays it short. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. And now a sudden chance to counter. He could be in here, and he's onside. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. He's going to be disappointed with that. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. That wasn't the greatest of balls. Pirlo. Still absolutely nothing to report here goals-wise. And it's Beckham to Gerrard. That a foul? Yes, the referee's given it. Spread it left. Mbappe. Neatly clipped into space. Maldini. Roberto Baggio.
The attendance for this match was 28,997.
This has gone, that's a foul. Beckham! Pirlo does really well to win the ball there. And he's looking at the referee, but the referee is shaking his head. But he's picked out the run. Roberto Carlos. No breakthrough and well into the second period. It is still anyone's game. Beckham providing an outlet on that flank. Up he goes! It's a goal! Devoid of any complexity,
But boy, was that certain. Well, I don't think he could have asked for a better ball in there, Peter. All he had to do was get in position.
So we have our breakthrough.
Look, experienced voices need to be heard now, along with good purpose and urgency, and they can get right back into this. Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
That is a brilliant interception.
Well, this is exactly the approach they have to take now, Peter.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Great defending, strong and determined. Adriano. Cristiano Ronaldo. That's good play. And he's gone backward here. Now, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, considering they're only one down, they're closer to conceding a second than scoring a leveller.
Half an hour gone in the second half. Robertson. Crossed into the middle. And it's hoisted clear.
Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down, keep battling away, and eventually things might change for you.
Now it's Roberto Carlos.
Oh, really well played.
Roberto Baggio.
That's just playing it safe and simple. Are certainly playing with an intense focus in executing their plan here.
Fernando Torres. He's had a shot. And that would have been game, set and match.
Well, he's clearly feeling that he could pretty much have the job done. He may well get another chance, you know.
Time is running out here.
At least they're going about it as they should, having brought this on themselves.
Some resolute defending there. Into the last 5 minutes. Now it's Roberto Carlos. Milinkovic-Savic. Hakimi.
They're avoiding the blatantly obvious by not getting the ball into the opposition box. That's where it has to be.
Yeah, that does look a foul. Referee's given a free kick. Adriano.
Footballing with usually a
And he's there to make the block. And it's been taken short. The mighty effort! Oh, should really have made more of that.
That definitely had the element of surprise to it. Clearly came in when no one was expecting it, and it was drilled.
Hakimi. Board shows there will be 3 extra minutes. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Adriano.
Anjing.
Hakimi simply refused to be out. Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. So that is it, the end of the road.
Luar, best.
Well, the premise of the tournament is simple. Every team, of course, is striving to make the latter stages. That's where they all want to be. No doubt these two harbour very similar ambitions. A good show here, absolutely crucial. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. Action has already started. And it's Son Heung-min.
This is actually quite a courageous move, and I'll add ambitious and adventurous too. It's a privilege to see the defensive great that is Franco Baresi.
Absolutely.
A marvellous tactical brain married to good pace and a technical ease.
Roberto Carlos. Pirlo. Roberto Carlos. Oh, perfectly measured that. He has found a way through. Swept. No mistake. Looks offside, I think. Yep, the flag is up.
Well, obviously some sections of the crowd would disagree, but that was the right decision, albeit a late one.
A moment's uncertainty there, but it is the right call. PK. Cristiano Ronaldo. Oh, good spread. Interception. His positioning was spot on.
Really has the confidence and skill to be able to hold the ball up like that until support arrives a little sooner, and just maybe there he overdid it slightly and should have released it because the support was arriving quickly.
Messi going full steam down the flank.
That's good defensive concentration.
Adriano did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. Oh, that's fabulous. Too much on it. And that's the keeper's. And it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Now that's well seen too. Roberto Baggio. Some good persistent defending here. Roberto Carlos. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Now it's Mbappe. Face to face.
Well, I think there's a few trying to claim offside, but he looks to have been on. Yeah, he was on.
Dan ini biasa ini.
They have what they wanted, the first breakthrough.
Oh, look, this is just what the fans wanted. And now that they're celebrating the opener, I think they'll want to see their team make all the running from here.
And it's Roberto Carlos. And he's managed to get free. Just too much on that. And he's taking no chances there. He's felt that, hasn't he? Yeah, he's felt it there. Well, the ref's been lenient here. I doubt he'll get too many more chances.
Tumbukan gini Robertson. Kalian.
Oh, he's been caught napping. Crossed in once more. Hakimi is there and he can get that clear. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. And the score is 1-0. He'd have done well to reach that. Roberto Baggio. 30 minutes gone. Oh, super find. Roberto Baggio in with the challenge. And he welcomes it in. Pirlo cuts out the pass. Slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
That was just poor decision-making and a weak execution.
And here's Roberto Carlos. And it's Baggio. Van Dijk is the guilty party there. Roberto Carlos. Well, that's surely a foul free kick. Well, you might think he got off lightly. It is just a verbal warning. Van Dijk clears it away. Messi. Mbappe. Has a look and plays it forward. Quality ball. And it's Baggio. Baggio will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Terrific header. He will be livid with himself.
Oh, no, that was a chance. What a chance.
Well, the referee's pulled play back and has booked him for the original offence.
Biasa pasti. Bola lo. Bermencatur.
Adriano into the final 5 minutes of the first half. Well, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. And it's Son Heung-min. Well, the chip pass hasn't quite come off. Roberto Baggio. To Maldini. And it's PK.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
And there's his chance to lead the counter. Roberto Carlos. Roberto Baggio. Roberto Carlos. Adriano. Roberto Baggio! And another try! He's got a goal! They have done it! They have their equaliser! Well, we're all back to square one, but I hope this game opens up from here. It looks as if it could happen. Beckham duly reaps his reward, kept his cool whilst the defence lost their bearings. That's really good anticipation too, Peter. Just instinctively knew where the ball would be and where he needed to put himself. And that'll be the last act of the first half. A pretty decent watch this, and each side has contributed in equal part. A couple of very good goals for the crowd to enjoy, and a game which is right on the edge. At half-time, it's 1 each. So in they come for the break with nothing to separate them. The score 1-1. And we are back underway. Milinkovic-Savic. That's been cut out, well played. Well, that's the first attempt, Peter, we've seen at one of those breaking passes just to spread the play. And the finish! He scored! Dependability is one thing, and he brings that to his game. But that sort of dynamism is another attribute he's blessed with, and it's revealed on a regular basis too. Superb. It's the stuff you work on the training ground time and time again, and it came off. So we have a breakthrough. He's had a shot. Cleared away. Roberto Baggio. Yildiz looking for the run-up. Pirlo. Adriano. Oh, really well played. Roberto Carlos has it out wide and in space. Milinkovic-Savic. Beckham. It's a promising run he's making on the right. That has been knocked clear. That's Roberto. Good chance! Really well taken goal. A 2-goal cushion, and it's looking safe. Well, it would have been harder to miss. Yeah, I really can't say enough as to how good the final ball was. It took the defence out of the equation for that split moment, and the damage was all done. So the lead now is 2. Well, they're very much the better team at the moment, Peter, and no doubt will be looking to cause even more damage here. Well, the finish certainly didn't match the build-up. Yeah, the ball in there was simply superb. He won't be too happy that it's gone to waste like that. Van Dijk. And Hakimi. Hakimi battling down that right flank. And Milinkovic-Savic. Roberto Baggio. Pirlo. And it's Roberto Carlos. He's found a way through. Adriano. Great defending, strong and determined. And Dijk did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Cristiano Ronaldo. A really well-measured ball. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. Hakimi tries making a foray down the right. Gerrard has ended up in no man's land. And he was alert to it. Beckham. Good read, needed to be. Roberto Baggio looking to add to his goal. Gerrard. Front-footed pressing going on here. Whistle's gone, that's a foul.
Substitutions taking place.
Baresi. Gerrard. Well, that was a period of possession which carried just about no threat at all. Adriano.
That was lovely, that.
A good determined running there, but one back by the defence.
Yeah, the confidence we can admire, the decision-making we can't. He learned from it.
Milinkovic-Savic. And he's managed to get rid. Lovely bit of skill. Pirlo. Milinkovic-Savic. Roberto Carlos. Baresi. He's a sharp little ball here. Roberto Baggio is wide and looking to get onto this. And that's gone behind for a goal kick. But there's going to be another change here.
I think you have to admire his willingness to keep plugging away, but the manager has done him a big favour, I think, by taking him off. You know, he was looking very, very leggy.
Into the last 5 minutes. Adriano, shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Good spot, he's seen the run. Cleared without complication. It's gone out for a throw-in. Tries to think it through. That is good alertness.
There will be 3 minutes added time.
And here's Cristiano Ronaldo. Roberto Carlos. Fourth official showing that there will be 3 minutes of added time. He's played him through. He's shifting. It's actually. And the lead is 3. It is surely done.
Oh, that was such a smart exchange of passes, and it took so many defenders out of play in one quick movement.
And we're done. So that is it. The end of the road. Well, after all of that, Jim.
Pasangan. Sebelah kan, Bas, Mama? Mama sebelah kan?
So it is that time again. Every team looks to write its own special script. Moments like this are to be savoured. Hopes are high. A good start. That is what they all want. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. As you can see, we've already started here. Van Dijk gets his final warning.
Yeah, and he has to change his ways, or this referee could soon change his status.
Beckham, he has found the way through. It's a mighty effort.
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
No space, no problem. You just cannot stop him.
Adriano demonstrated great strength there. I mean, he really had to hold his man off and just create enough room for him to be able to get the shot away. And I think it's just top play.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. Baggio providing an outlet on that flank. He's got away. And he's gone looking for safety. Oh, that's well spotted. Roberto Carlos. Milinkovic-Savic. Oh, he's found some space here. Baresi kept his eye on it, and he's there. Gerrard. Made into space out wide. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. That's a good run down the left. Oh, such a clever touch. Roberto Baggio. And it's Fernando Torres. Oh, this looks sharp. First quarter of an hour gone. And that could set him on his way. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Oh, the chip pass hasn't quite come off. And here's Torres. Pinches it off him. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest.
Fernando Torres must have made the worst possible choice there. It was crying out to be released left.
Beckham climbs up big. Oh, just needed a better contact.
Well, being able to generate that amount of activity in the box means it's hard not to pick someone out.
Cristiano Ronaldo. Messi looking to run onto it. Defending of the desperate variety. And that has been cleared. And he's there to retrieve it. And here's Messi. Not quite squeezed that one through. Piqué. And he thumps it clear. And it's Baggio. Beckham. Robertson going full steam ahead down the left flank. Now it's Torres. Engages and forces him off the ball. Beckham. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. Robertson. Oh, nice touch. Drives it in. And he's taking no chances there. Played back in. Referee's had a good look and given a corner.
They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
Oh, good spread. Hakimi. He's gone for goal! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
That has ended up in no man's land. And back to the keeper they go. Okay, being behind at the break isn't ideal, but there's plenty.
Oh, give it away.
Offset lah.
That is a great ball.
Oh, salah dikit.
I think that's offside. Yes, it is.
Mungkin tadi.
Have beautifully policed that midfield. The opposition have been handcuffed.
Decent hits. Hakimi gets good distance on it. Hello. Well, that's surely a foul. Free kick. And it's Baggio.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
Son Heung-min. That's really well manoeuvred. Pressure stays on. It is a corner. And this could be the final action of the first half. Milinkovic-Savic with the short one. Pulls it back. That is a brilliant interception. And it's half-time here. Well, a very decent watch up to now, but just the one goal so far. It has been competitive and combative throughout.
Well, for me, Peter, things have never really got going, but at least this will be a good time to reflect and regroup. I can see a few changes coming, because whatever they've been doing, it just hasn't gelled.
And we're straight back at it at the start of the second half.
It's not easy being down in situations like this. I know it's an overused term, but you really have to play with courage. Be brave, and let's see where it gets you. You might just get lucky because of it.
Yildiz does really well to win the ball there. Messi. Oh, that's really good play on the right. He's driving forward. Cristiano Ronaldo. Messi. That is great defending. So alert.
Oh, that's great. That's great concentration.
Roberto Carlos. Beckham has created one goal already. Son Heung-min does well to get it back.
Are certainly playing with an intense focus in executing their plan here.
Beckham is in a really good position out wide. Beckham carries the ball down the right. And the shot! Oh, it's come loose. And here's Torres.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Aduh, lah.
Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. With style. This is getting better and better.
The attendance
Well,
for this
there's
match
always a
was
chance of being caught like that when you surrender the
51,998.
football.
So that's 2 now without reply.
We're looking at a very different game now. The command has been established.
Messi. Roberto Carlos. Beckham. Gerrard. And it's Beckham. They play cross-field, changing the point of attack. Pirlo. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. He gets big. Oh, there's a man in the way. Yildiz. Piqué. Deftly out wide. Roberto Carlos. He's picked his way through. He's through here. Roberto Baggio. Has a look up and drives it forward. And it's Baggio. Baggio proves just a little bit too strong. Oh, it's a sweet ball, that.
And the counter is on. No, he's just misjudged that one. Referee's given a throw. That was not gone well. Hakimi. Messi. There will be a throw-in. Robertson. Now it's Son Heung-min. Robertson is charging up on the overlap. And that should get the job done. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? Well, they could break here. And it's Beckham. Van Dijk. No, no way through there. And it's hoisted clear. Baresi.
Well, they can at least make a fight of it. Even if it's just a goal, the lift it would give would be huge no matter what the end result is.
Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested.
Well, I'm not quite sure he needed to hold up play quite as much as he did then. A couple of his teammates were very annoyed.
Robertson wins the duel this time. Beckham. That's Gerrard. Pirlo. And here's Messi. That is good alertness. Roberto Carlos. Messi. And he's in on goal. Now, who's going to be first to this? And with that, the final whistle. Defeated, dejected, deflated, the ultimate disappointment. What are your thoughts on today's game then, Jim?
Well, what can I say, Peter? It seemed like the enormity of the task got the better of the players, and they never really got going. I know it can happen.